And now it's time for the main chunk of this afternoon's Children's GBC with George Buxton.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Children's GBC on a Tuesday afternoon. Now, this is the normal afternoon slot of today, but of course, now this Friday morning coming, now it's going to be Halloween-esque. Well, unless we can ask anyone if it's Halloween. Boom, boom. Get it? Ask him? Yeah, you know, the same thing when Marge Simpson said something about, let's ask him for dinner. Just a little reference there. But anyways, we have lots of great programs coming your way. And of course, that we have a few premieres, which is Tommy Soon, in which we will have later. Oh, we haven't had Tommy Soon for quite a long while. Yeah, well, not since the Children's FTV days. And of course, we mustn't forget that later on, Harry Jeremy will be the very last time to be airing this on Children's GBC, because that Harry Armpits joke is getting out of hand, really. But no big deal. I mean, it is a programme. So right now on Children's GBC, it's time to begin Sodor Railway Tales. And if you were wondering, why am I broadcasting Sodor Railway Tales this time? It's not because of a special edition. Now, because, let me tell you something, it's nearly been 5 years from this year, since the very first episode was uploaded onto YouTube. Oh, and if you haven't checked out the TNG Company channel yet, feel free to check it out, because it's still there. So now, here we go then, the British Children's GBC premiere of the original Sodor Railway Tales. And in today's story, Edward's Day Out.
Edward's Day Out. Once upon a time, there was a little engine called Edward.
And that was Sodor Railway Tales. Well, mind you, that was a bit short really, but it's better to do just a premiere of the whole thing, rather than not, because, don't worry, Drawbread will be broadcasting more Sodor Railway Tales when he lets me know, and to let you viewers know. But anyways, now, coming up next on Children's GBC, well, sadly, now, if you remember that all the times that we've had Harry Jeremy, sadly, this will be the last ever episode of Harry Jeremy, and in today's episode, Road to Ruin. Oh, and thankfully, nobody said Harry Armpits to me this time, and it's a good job that no Hair Bear is not here to see this, as otherwise he'll just laugh his head off. But more like no hair's Harry Bottom. I heard that. Anyways, now here's Harry Jeremy anyway.
He's not a superhero, nor a poet, or a king. He doesn't drive a car or do much of anything, but he's Harry.
Scary? No, Harry.
He has no superpowers, and I've never seen him fly. No secret hideaway, and no all-seeing eye. He's just Harry.
Harry.
He's most definitely Harry.
Harry.
His name is Jeremy, and he's Harry.
Harry.
Unquestionably.
And that was Harry Jeremy, but sadly, that was the last time that we broadcasted Harry Jeremy on Children's GBC now. Yeah, because, as some Drawbread would say, all good things have come to an end. But not so much for the other programmes though. And speaking of the next programmes, now, for the first time ever on Children's GBC, it's Monty the Dog, and in today's episode, Monty gets the blame. But who would have blamed this cute little dog like Monty with glasses on? Well, let's find out.
Who's that dog who's crashing around? Monty, Monty. What's the name of that crazy hound? Monty the dog, yeah. Can't see too well, but he will try. Monty, Monty. To help you out, and we know why. Why? He's a biscuit crunching, sausage munching, wheeling, dealing, custard stealing, barking, yelping, double helping Monty the dog.
Good old Grandma.
He's a biscuit crunching, sausage munching, wheeling, dealing, custard stealing, barking, yelping, double helping Monty the dog.
And that was Monty the dog. Well, I'm so glad that Monty did not get the blame after all. Although, despite the fact that he has got some sausages in his mouth. As you know, Monty, well, he sure loves biscuits as well as sausages, because dogs eat sausages, because they're made of meat, you know. And I would say it was very nice to meet Monty. Get it? Meet. Anyway, now let's move on from Monty the dog and moving on to the skeleton crew with a dog skeleton, with the big one and a little one. Now here's today's episode of Funny Bones, in which they are going on a ghost train to have a nice ride on it. So, will they have a good time? Well, let's find out.
This is how the story begins. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there were dark, dark stairs. Down the dark, dark stairs, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived.
Funny Bones. Well, I'm so glad that they enjoyed going on the ghost train. Yeah, because it was a little bit dark. Because that was in the dark, dark town in a dark, dark night, isn't it? Yeah, I thought as much. Now, anyways, here we go with the next program, and here it is for the first time on Children's GBC. It's the TV series of Horrid Henry. That's based off the books by Tony Ross. Okay, and in today's episode, Horrid Henry goes swimming. Now, because I know that sometimes Henry hates swimming. I mean, it's not like that he has to grow up just to be a fish. Anyways, you'll find out why that he hates swimming in this episode of Horrid Henry.
It's not easy being me. Wash your face and brush your hair. Well, nag, 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 it's just not fair. I'm Horrid Henry. So down with school, I'm gonna
Be another episode of Horrid Henry that's only happening on a Friday afternoon with a Halloween episode, Tricks and Treats. And that's on Children's GBC.
And that was Horrid Henry. Well, mind you, now, did you see the way where Henry does try to swim, sort of? Well, apparently, that's walking, not swimming, because otherwise he would have gone swarking. Ruffle, ruffle. Get it, viewers? Swark. Swark. Why, I think I find that word very funny. And what does Drawbrin think of that word? Swark. What do you think, Drawbrin?
Well, it's certainly an interesting word, definitely.
Yeah, well, I find that word very funny. Now, for those of you who wondered, why have I said swark? Well, it's because, basically, one summer holiday, I've learned to swim, but if there are too many children in the pool, I had to do some swimming and walk at the same time. That's why I first said that word, swark, and I kept laughing at it. But anyways, now, enough of a swark, unless if I squawk. Anyways, the next programme now is Sooty & Co. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about phobias, and as Strawbread mentioned, it's Sooty's Magic Solutions. Well, and I wonder what the gang are up to. I think they're mostly scared of things, like Sue's scared of Spider, but I don't want to go into details though. Here's Sooty and Co to find out.
Hey ho, it's Sooty and Co. Everybody say hello. There's Sooty and Sweep, a panda called Sue, and little cousin Scampy too. There'll be fun galore with the terrible four. Just you wait and see. It's Sooty and Company. Sooty and Company.
He's lovely. Yes, well, you may think he's lovely, Sweet, but I don't. So please don't bring him anywhere near me, please, please. What do you mean he wants to visit me? Don't be ridiculous, Sweep. Just take it away.
Look at the state of you. You got this with me. No, don't do
There'll be another Sooty and Co episode, and that's only happening next time. But coming up next, though, we have our children's GBC premiere of Tommy Zoom, and that's coming up next.
Was Sooty and Co. Well, I'm so glad that everyone is okay now. Well, despite the fact that Sue was scared of spiders, Mo was afraid of mice, Matthew Corbett is afraid of birds. I don't even know why Matthew Corbett is afraid of birds. I mean, it's not like if there was a bird flying about, and if anyone poops, that's ridiculous. I think I spoke too soon. Ugh. Well, at least there's no bird squawking this time, because otherwise he would have gone squawking. I've done it again. Anyways, that's Sooty and Co for you. Now, the next programme now, and here it is on Children's GBC for the first time since the Children's FTV days, when George Buxton used to broadcast Tommy Zoom back then in somewhere in 2023 or 2024, something like that. So, anyway, and as George Buxton said, Tommy Zoom, the youngest Superman. Anyways, enjoy the show.
17 Verdant Avenue, an ordinary house with an extraordinary dog. Yes, me, Daniel. Come on, let's meet the uprights, or should I say humans. There's baby Sam, who's sometimes upright, Mom, who always is, and Dad, who tries to stay upright. Aha, and here's young Tommy, the finest upright on the planet.
And that was Tommy Zoom. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that Tommy has learned to wash his hands. Yeah, mainly with just using soap and water. Simple as that. Oh, and to dry his hands too. Yeah, because, you see, Tommy Zoom has discovered that polluto, as Tommy said, that polluto is obviously just making things a bit dirty. So glad Tommy Zoom stopped him in his dirty tracks. Now anyways, moving on from Tommy Zoom, the youngest Superman, and moving on to the animated specials that my friend George Buxton has made by yours truly. No, not me, George Buxton, obviously. So because, here we go then, for the first time on Children's GBC, the Portrait of Badger animated special. And today, as we encounter Count Badula. Anyways, here's Portrait of Badger animated special.
Everybody knows Badger loves mashed potatoes. To shapes and eats them every day. Badger and Badger, la 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 la.
Right. Badger? You're Sawman? Oh no. Sawman!
Everywhere he goes, Badger always knows. Badger, his badger mates, never far away. Badger and Badger,
Roger Badger's animated specials. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that there was no such thing as vampires, because, I mean, after all, if there was such a thing as Count Badger, yeah, you see, that's just a little reference to the original programme of the 80s, Count Duckula. Yeah, because I know that Badger is a eating badger, and also Count Duckula is a vegetarian that doesn't drink blood. I'll get it! I'm just joking. I couldn't resist doing that. But anyways, now let's move on from Roger Badger and moving on to the Reverend Brothers, the Chuckle Brothers. And today it's going to be all about spooks and stuff. You know, Halloween edition again. And as George Ben said earlier on, to me, to you, to me, to you.
American television company called Fine Spirit.
Are they?
No, it's a television programme. Top American television company. Again, from a top television American company.
Where have you been?
Hey,
Where have you been?
I've been outside.
And that was the Chuckle Brothers. Well, I'm so glad that the Chuckle Brothers got spooked out, but not so much for the no slacking man. Well, because obviously he was trying to scare the Chuckle Brothers off. But anyways, now let's move on from Chuckle Brothers. Now, with those we have lots of couple of minutes on it. But moving on to a very particular programme that I remember watching as a kid. Well, this time, in which a little mouse was reading a spooky story. And it's all about a toe, but that's when a mouse gets put in the sort of like a cauldron or a pot. I mean, we don't get a cauldron in that mouse soup, you know. But anyway, I don't want to go into details really, because that would spoil everything. I mean, some of you may have seen it before, but some haven't. Well, here we go then. Our British TV premiere for children's GBC, and sometime in the future, Mouse Soup, by John Clark Matthews. Enjoy!
Here it is, my favorite spooky story. One morning, a young mouse was working in the garden. He was digging deeper and deeper into the soft, moist soil, when suddenly he came across something big and pink lying in the dirt. At first, he thought it was a turnip, but when he looked closely, he discovered it was a giant toe. The mouse tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something, so he tugged and he yanked on the toe until it came off with a jerk. The little mouse ran into the house to show his mother what he'd found. This toe looks plump and juicy, she said. Well, that's totally disgusting. What a funny ending. And the creature wasn't mad after all, because he had a whole bag of toes.
Oh, a weasel is sneaky can be, and as I'm a weasel, it's easy to see that no other creature can out-weasel me, except for that doggone mouse.
And there you go then, Few. So now you know what mouse soup is. Well, it's because it's about a mouse that tells stories to a certain weasel. Oh, and one thing that I find it funny the most is when the weasel gets stung by so many bees. Yeah, very cartoony sound effects, if you know what I mean. And when the mouse had finished reading the story, he found out there was a funny ending because he had a bag of toes after all. You know, a bit like this. Ugh, George Buxton, put your toe away. Ow! Oh! Alright, I'll put the toe away. Sheesh! It's just a sheesh. Alright, I'll shush my sheesh. Anyways, now, as I was saying, that was mouse soup. Now you've seen it. And we'll have more of that in the Christmas We'll have more of that in the Christmas edition of GTV very soon. So anyways, now it's time for me to say goodbye everybody, and I'll see you on Friday morning for more Halloween-esque edition of it. Enjoy! Oh, and goodbye!
You're watching GTV, and now it's time for today's episode of Neighbours! Neighbours! Now there! I know you're not acting like a horse! Sorry, George, but it's just a fact that when you said neighbours, well, I just thought some horses like to watch Neighbours. Get it? Ah, Neighbours. Ah, now, just get out of my sight, will you? All right, I'm going. Sheesh, and shush the sheesh. Anyways, here's today's episode of Neighbours.